Hello everyone, today I have something a little bit different for you. I would like to provide an analysis of the recent Super Mario Bros. Films because you may think there are some important plot holes in the film, but I would like to help you understand it a little bit better. First warning, this video contains heavy spoilers for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, so if you haven't seen it yet, now is the time to just close this video. Watch it and you can come back, I'll be waiting. Alright, for those who have stayed or came back, let's begin. As you know, there's an impending invasion in the Mushroom Kingdom by Koopas, and our heroes need some help. But you will think, why would they even need this help? Let's look at the mushrooms. They are absolutely useless. They are stupid, they have no skills, they are so dependent on others that they found a human girl and just made her their monarch because they are incapable of even ruling themselves. The only different one seems to be Toad, the only exception. So if Peach never arrived, maybe Toad would have become their leader and would be also a capable, resourceful leader. But we see Peach is also a resourceful and a kind-hearted leader, so that's not the problem. But there is still this question. If those mushrooms are so helpless, how did they survive evolution, natural selection, right? The obvious answer is that they are poisonous. Whoever tries to eat them simply dies. That way, they don't need to be intelligent. They don't need any kind of defensive skills or weapons or any kind of organization. They can simply live and survive peacefully because whoever eats them just dies. Of course, you know that, and probably then you asked yourself, why would they need the help from Kongs then? They're already more than capable of defending themselves with their poison self. If the Koopas have invaded the kingdom, well, we know Bowser wanted that, just get into the pants of Peach, so his motivation is a bit different. But their leader's dick cannot be the only motivation for all those Koopa troopers. Bowser must have promised them something else. Some pillaging, raping, killing, maybe eating mushrooms. So whatever their chosen goal of violence is, we know that if the Koopas invaded the Mushroom Kingdom, the first wave of their assailants would just die out of poison, and when their comrades start falling dead immediately in the field, rest of the troopers will simply stop the invasion. So this bloodbath wouldn't happen. Which means they don't even need the Kong's help. All this Mad Max style violent battle and all this destruction and bloodbath didn't really have to happen, right? It seems like a plot hole. I'm pretty sure you have been all thinking about that and seeing, yeah, the film doesn't really make sense that much. I would like to convince you otherwise because you need to see a bigger picture. Let's focus our attention on the Kongs, because the film doesn't show them much, but they are the key here. We see when Mario and Peach arrive to the Kong Kingdom, whatever they are called, we see Kongs are brutal, they are violent, they are strong, they can casually murder each other on the streets. So they are disorganized, but they are extremely strong and extremely violent species, which are living under the shadow of a possible invasion, a possible tyrant. Imagine it was a matter of time They would be taken over by a leader who is charismatic, cunning, who is capable of abusing their religious beliefs to introduce himself as their messiah, have their master of weapons train them in army tactics, advanced combat techniques, and make regular armies out of them. With the motivation of these years living under oppression and this religious motivation, it was about time where these Kongs would start waging a holy war. And when that happens, they would go rampaging across entire Super Mario Galaxy. And in their wake, they are capable of leaving billions of dead. So instead, what happened? It's a good thing that someone incapable as Mario borrowed their services. They did not receive any kind of training or motivation to become regular troops. Instead, they just attacked in an irregular way. There was a guerrilla battle, or let's say gorilla battle, and they were still victorious. We can now ask, what did this victory really achieve? First of all, they were in a much weaker position than they could have been, which means their numbers have been thinned, which is a good thing in this case. Plus, they were still victorious, which means their bloodlust has been satisfied, again, for now, but also their sworn enemy has been defeated, which means even at some time in the future they get visited by this charismatic and cunning and evil leader, they will no longer have the motivation to unite against a common enemy. So they will never become that regular and destructive army anytime soon. Which means in this case, for the sake of the entire galaxy, the way things happened, the way the Kongs were recruited, the way they were drawn into this irregular and bloody battle was the best outcome for the whole galaxy. I hope things make a bit more sense now, and I hope you can appreciate the subtlety of this plot, of this multi-layered plot a little bit better. Thank you for watching.